Hello and welcome to SOW Ignition 75. We are kicking things off tonight with a round 6 match in the Winter Grand Prix Emerald League. It is going to be Eve Moreau, the killer, taking on Queen Chaos, Daya Keaton. Eve is currently sitting at 2 wins, 2 losses, with a last round being in the round 4, a loss to Hikari Muramasa. On the flip side, we have Daya Keaton, 3 wins, 2 losses. Her last match was a win over Hikari Muramasa in round 5. That means Daya is coming into this match with the momentum, but Eve is coming into this match fresh because she's had more time to rest. Of course, the last time these two were in the ring together, Daya came out the victor, which means that in terms of the psychological advantage, Daya has it in full, having both a win over the last person to beat Eve and a win over Eve the last time they were in singles action against one another, as well as the fact that Daya is a former semi-finalist in the first Winter Grand Prix. She knows what it takes to get to the semi-finals, and she's looking to do it again this year. Some simple lockups to start the match off. Daya had the advantage. Eve looking to take things back to her side, but Daya, closed fist, hammering away. And there goes the high impact moves very early on. Daya is not afraid to throw out the big guns as soon as possible, but Eve with a jumping knee responding in kind. One thing Eve's gonna have to look out for are those big stomps to the chest, as well as the cannonballs in the corner. Daya, both of those moves do a lot of damage despite seemingly being, I wouldn't say benign, but, you know, they're not finishers. If you get caught with them, they probably feel like it. All fans at home talk about Daya's chaos driver in the mad world, as well as that dangerous discus lariat. But there's a lot more of that arsenal, like that spine buster as well, that can really chip away at you. Can force Eve to fight from behind very easily. That's something Eve probably doesn't want to be doing. Dive some deep into the corner. And here we go. Setting out for the cannonball. But Eve manages to counter, get back on her feet, and take control for a moment. Oh, and the scoop lift suplex. Daya responding right in kind. And now deadlift powerbomb. Into the discus lariat 5 minutes in. Could she clinch it out this fast? No, Eve kicks out. But Daya is feeling the end coming already. She reins in these blows. You can see them actually busting Eve open just a bit. There's a bit of a cut on Eve's forehead from all those punches. Picks Daya up. TKO! But can't capitalize. Daya back to her feet. At the same time, however, Eve catches her with the small package driver, but no, only a 2. And now the legs are crossed, Ushigoroshi. Daya rolls through, armbar applied. Eve manages to wrench her grip. And she's pointing to the sky, goes for the elbow drop, but Daya sees it coming, moves out of the way. And now the capture suplex. Daya baits Eve back to her feet. Eve with the snap over. That headlock takeover slam. Goes back up top again. Going for the elbow drop again, but once again, Daya sees it coming. Eve took too long. However, she ain't done. Gale explosion. Still not quite able to capitalize right away. That could give Daya the time she needs to survive and kick out, as we see right there. But Eve, she's gonna follow it up with another one. Daya rolls out of the ring. That is Eve seems to be feeling strong, feeling like she's got this, but that is a devastating moment because, oh my God, packaged Ushigoroshi. Eve, if she had been able to capitalize there and get that pin after that second Gale explosion, we might be seeing Eve Moreau 3-2 here. Daya 3-3 finish. But right now, Eve has a lot of fight left to get through. She gave Daya got time to recover on the outside, and now, oh my God, Tiger suplex from the top. Daya delivered it while standing on the second rope. But Eve was up top. Reversal in the corner. Daya with the back elbow, runs to the other corner. Oh my God, a low drop kick. And she goes up top, diving splash for the cover, but only a 2. They're going blow for blow. No calls for blows from Eve. Daya's just going right in with the punches. She knows she can't risk taking all the hits. Discus lariat. Both women up. Daya was the one who couldn't capitalize this time. Eve managing to do a good bit of damage, but Daya too wily. Goes for it. Eve ducks it. Daya managed to recover. Gets into it in a combination. Goes back up top. What's she thinking here? Comes off the top. Diving elbow strike. Now Eve being kicked right out of the ring by Daya. The double chest drop kick. Oh, nice hammer suplex, but no. Daya kicks out instantly. Doesn't let Eve get the bridge on that at all. Brain buster! Very short, quick brain buster there. But Eve not going for the cover might be a mistake. Daya's caught her. She's got the arm. She's got the arm, and that's it. He taps. Eve has to tap. Daya gets her final win in the tournament. A 4-2 finish. All right, and now it is time for the open opportunity match, as Hermes called this. Anyone who is in the back can come out and challenge Hermes, and should they win, they will be able to get a shot at one of the belts around his waist. I think that the determining factor for that will be, if I'm not mistaken, it'll be a matter of what company they work for and their weight class. So if you're working for JPW, I believe, and you're in the junior weight class, you'll be getting a shot should you win at the junior title. Though I guess it's also probably up to the person facing Hermes and Hermes himself, which title they want to go for and which one he feels like putting on the line. Oh, wait, that is not the music of an SOW competitor. That is the music of the ACLL and JEPW competitor, one of the junior league wrestlers in JEPW, and I believe it is light heavyweight wrestler in ACLL. It's Ha-eun Do. We've seen him a few times here back when he was still teaming with Diabolico del Plata as Lucha Storm. But instead, it is Hermes versus Assassino here in an SOW ring. This is a match that did happen not that long ago in JEPW during the Global Junior Scramble. At that time, it was Hermes who came out on top, and you can bet that he's looking to do that again. He is, after all, the man who won the Global Junior Scramble. And he's immediately going the double knees into a moonsault cover. Assassino taking a lot of early pressure from the champion here. And he's responding now. Big kick to the chest. Snapmare. Hermes chooses to roll out, taking a moment to compose himself before getting back in the ring and getting right back to the fight. Assassino sends him to the ropes, into a beautiful neck breaker. Hermes goes up top, goes for the leg drop, but Assassino avoids it and hits a double, or I keep saying double, it's a front drop kick. Now Assassino looking to stretch Hermes, stretch the limbs. Hermes sends Assassino into the corner, drop kick to the chest, and then off the ropes. Oh, but he stops his own momentum and instead goes for a few kicks. Now Assassino sets him up, beautiful senton, twisting senton there. Goes up top, for real gift for the cover, only a 2. Oh my God, Steiner driver right into the mat. Hermes avoids the corner strike. Responds with some elbows in the corner of his own. We're 5 minutes now into this match. Hermes drop kicks Assassino straight through the ropes.
2, 3.
Really going after Assassino limb by limb here. Stomping at the legs, wrenching on the arms. Arm drags from Hermes. Those are a specialty of Assassino. Locks Hermes up here, really ties him up tight. Almost got the 3, but not quite. And now Hermes takes it right, sends him right back to the outside. And he's looking to fly off the top with a drop kick to the outside. Dragon screw, and really spread the leg there. You can see Hermes is trying to work the limbs, work the body of Assassino, trying to wear him down, whereas Assassino is kind of just trying to win the match any way he can here. Oh, and as I say that, Hermes pulls out that kendo stick. I don't know, I mean, you use that, you technically lose the match as Assassino hits the first arm drag, and now arm breaker. He's lined it up, hits him again, another arm breaker. Hermes with a counter though. Goes back after the legs of these dragon screws, and now Haas of Pain has locked it in deep. But Assassino manages to break free anyways. Lines Hermes up, comes off the ropes. Again with the arm breaker. Oh, but the ref gets in the way. Assassino rolls through, and there's La Mystica, but there's no ref. There's no ref. Hermes is tapping, but there's no ref. Assassino let it go because there was no ref. He was going to have to exert too much energy trying to hold on to that. Hermes was tapping, but nobody was there to call for the bell. Assassino could have had it there. And now Hermes, having gotten free because Assassino had to let it go, try and get to the ref. He's getting in all this offense that he shouldn't be having. This match should be over right now. Assassino dives from the outside. Huge splash. And there's a head scissors whip. Oh my God. He's putting a long delay on this. Count to 7. Assassino back in the ring. Count to 8. Hermes is back up. 9. Gets a chair. He's trying to lose by a DQ. Assassino cuts him off. Hermes sends him to the ropes. A block there from Assassino now as they go back and forth here. The kicks to the legs. Hermes might be thinking of getting back into that figure 4 or a House of Pain again. Assassino with the reversal, but Hermes with a huge boot. Going back after the legs. So here's a knees to the side, but Assassino breaks free. Hermes sends him to the ropes. Assassino with a block. Sends Hermes to the ropes. Oh my God, Mystica! The ref's not down this time, and Hermes taps again! And this time it's counted. Hermes couldn't handle the damage to his arms. After all those arm breakers, he had to tap. All right, well, we have it set. It will be Taichi Kazama versus Dakari Oye next week in a #1 contendership match for the television championship. But right now, the Winter Grand Prix continues with round 6 in the Onyx League here as the Sombra Altisima faces off against Kasumi Nakashima. Sombra is at a 2-2 record currently. Her last match was a win over Bia Quinn in the previous round, but her opponent's actually been on a crazy tear. After a first round loss, Kasumi has gone on a 3-win streak, with her last match being a win over Kimiko Hoshina, also in round 5. So both of these ladies are coming off a win, but you've got to give it to Kasumi for the momentum advantage with that 3-1 record, really showing out here in the early stages of her career in SOW. I mean, at the very worst right now, she will finish with a 3-3 record. But that's at the worst. Most of the other competitors in this tournament can still end at 2-4 or worse. That puts Kasumi in the upper echelons, at least for the competitors in the Grand Prix as a whole. Of course, it also makes her a big target if Sombra is able to get a win over Kasumi here. That puts her in an amazing position to try and clinch out a semi-final role, especially in this division, which has actually been quite tighter than the Emerald League overall. The Emerald League has like 3 leaders basically at this point, with Daya, Aiko, and Hikari. Whereas the Onyx League is very close overall. A lot of names still in contention at this stage. I think the only people in the Onyx League that are just 100% mathematically out are Bia Quinn and Kimiko Hoshina. Bia is mathed out, by the way, due to the current scores of Lilith and Kazumi. Both of whom are sitting on 7 points. Bia's best is 6. Series of strikes to the chest from Kasumi, rolls through with a neck breaker. Kasumi goes up top, and a diving senton. It's a DDT as well, really piling on the offense is Kasumi Nishi. Or not Nishi, sorry, Nakashima. It's Kasumi, Kazumi, they are very, very easy names to mix up. Literally one letter off of one another. That's going to be kicked to the back of the head. Oh, that slap off of the Rainmaker of sorts. Now she's lined her up. Beautiful drop kick right to the chin. Sombra is feeling a lot of pain here. Kasumi is almost in full control of this match. Poison Rana goes for the cover, gets a 2. Kasumi's not done, goes to the top again. Rolling senton there. I think that was, what, a 450 senton almost? Sombra with a simple vertical goes for the cover, only getting a 1. Kasumi's been in control of the majority of this match. And now, the binding suplex. But no, only a 2. There's a beautiful bridge on that. However, Sombra still in this match. Got plenty of fight left. She's gonna throw Kasumi to the outside. She's not looking to take a breather. She's gonna fly. Tope Suicida. The super kick gets back in the ring. Now she's gonna take a rest. Kasumi, though, quick to get back in after her. Kicks the knee and knocks the legs out from under Sombra, sends her to the ropes. Oh, and a beautiful spine bomb. Holds for the pin, but only a 2. And Kasumi is still here, going on this offensive. Sombra can barely mount a comeback. Lifts her up, beautiful, drops into the cutter. Rolls through, Magistral Cradle, but no, only a 2. There's a jumping suplex. We're now halfway through this round 6 match. Spanish Fly. Not done yet, rolls through. She is really trying to get Kasumi to tap, but Kasumi able to reach the ropes there and hits a backdrop. Doesn't go for the cover. I think I would have gone for the cover there. However, Kasumi is no rookie. She knows when her opponents may or may not be finished. Sombra springboards up the second rope with a moonsault to the outside. Kick to the chest. Count up 6. Now 7. Both wrestlers back in the ring. Oh, kicks out the knees again. Kasumi sends Sombra to the ropes. Another spine bomb. Could she get it this time? No, Sombra, despite all the offense, still kicking out strong at 2 here. Kasumi rolls into a bulldog choke. Trying to make Sombra pass out, but Sombra able to break free. Kasumi sends her to the ropes. Goes for the Frankensteiner, but Sombra was able to duck out. And now, oh, too close to the ropes. I was going to say rolls her up, but too close to the ropes. Kasumi gets the break. Now she's really piling back on this offense. Oh, kick to the back of the head, but Sombra rolls through into a cover. Kasumi breaks free at 2. Sombra sends her to the ropes. Passes by, hips attack. Catches her off the ropes with the hip attack. And Sombra sent to the ropes by Kasumi. Ducks under, comes off the ropes herself. But Sombra with the block. And a shining flatliner. Kasumi back to her feet. Sends Sombra back to the ropes again. This time she hits the Steiner. Could this be it? Could Kasumi be about to claim the victory? Goes up top. Here's a big senton, but no cover. Instead, she's going to keep piling on the offense. Sombra, another jumping vertical. There's not much time left in this match. These women, one of them's gonna have to finish it soon. Head scissors. Sombra with the counter. Kasumi might have been thinking to finish it there. But Sombra now sends her to the center of the ring. Super kick to the back of the head. Drop kick to the face. Kasumi back up. Drops the legs on the back of Sombra's head again. Super kick. Turns her around, sends her to the ropes. Steiner picks her up. Into the ropes again. There's another super kick. Rolls through into the cradle. 1, 2, no. Spine bomb for the 3rd time. 2, no. Sombra's still alive, and this is Sombra since Kasumi in the ropes this time. Spanish fly. Locking her up. Tequila Sunrise. And Kasumi taps. Sombra was able to persevere through all of Kasumi's offense just long enough to lock in a final Tequila Sunrise right before that match. I think it was coming up on the 1-minute warning, to say the least. All right, and now it is time for the #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championships. It is gonna be the Outbacks versus Moment for Life. The winners will be going on to SOW Shakedown next Sunday, where they will be challenging for the Tag Team Championships against the Destined Saviors. Of course, it was Caster who put in the lot between, he had the Outbacks face off with the Honored, and the winner, he said, would go on to Shakedown. However, as it seems Caster does not get to make the decisions, this #1 contenders match was set up to decide of the, or at least 2 of the teams who have had a win so far in Season 2, or Season 3, which would go on to Shakedown in the end. Now, if the Outbacks can get through Moment for Life here tonight, we might see the challenge that Caster was aiming for. And we'll have to find out. Again, should they get through Moment for Life, will they be able to then get through the Saviors? Keep in mind the Outbacks do have history with the Saviors, history that has led them to clash many, many times in JVW. It'll be very interesting, to say the least. It's been a while since we've seen outside, after the, I think the last time I should say, was the World Tag 500. I don't know how many times we've seen the Outbacks take on Moment for Life before, but I can't imagine it's been many. Control starting on Brazen, multiple lariats. Now a side buster, handling the big man with ease. Huge senton. Got him set up. Drops the knees into the chest. Now Aussie follows up. Diving splash. Goes, oh no, I thought he was going for the cover. Instead, a few chops for Bray. But Bray gets back to his feet. Goes for a suplex, but Aussie able to slip free. Now he's got him in lockups. Tag made. Dallas Taylor now the legal man. As Hossie gets thrown to the outside, grabs a chair. Oh my God, wait a minute, ref. Hello? I'm not quite sure why that didn't result in an immediate disqualification, but it is up to the ref to make the decisions in the match. That chair made full contact with the head of Dallas Taylor. I'm kind of blown away that Aussie was willing to swing it to begin with. But I guess you don't bring it into the ring for no reason. Now that chair is going to sit ominously in Moment for Life's corner. Rolling elbow. And we're getting a back and forth exchange here between Osaya and Dallas. Both men go down at the end. Tags on either side. Aussie back in the ring. That use of the chair earlier has me a bit concerned about the forward motion of this match. I'm not sure what kind of competition we'll be seeing from the Outbacks here. Side buster. And a tag back to Dallas Taylor. We've got fighting on the aprons here. Tag to Osaya. Now Dallas thrown to the outside. Aussie is going to continue to lay in some punishment. Laying in the big slaps, those shotes. Oh, but gets his head kicked into an immediate cover from Dallas. Osaya manages to kick out. And Dallas, oh my God! Ooh. That suplex always blows my mind, but especially when he's able to do it on a man the size of Osaya Johnston. There's some 400 pounds there that he was able to lift up with one arm. You hear that chair coming back to bite the Outbacks in the ass. Osaya is on the receiving end of it this time. However, he's not the legal man currently, so he'll have time to recover. But while he's doing that, Aussie is eating a lot of offense from Bray. Punch to the stomach, side suplex. And Bray looking in, the sweet dream. Sits up, goes for the cover. One, oh, but a breakup successful from the Outbacks. Bray was just a little too far from the home corner. Dallas wasn't able to close the distance in time to break up the cut play attempt. Fighting on the outside going on. Oh, and Bray chokes Osaya out. And Osaya's the legal man if he can't get back to his feet. Oh, but he just barely manages it. Power bomb. Goes for the cover. Dallas with the breakup, however, notably the Outbacks did not have to use a cut play attempt there. Oh, but they used one right after, okay. Both members of the Outbacks going to the outside and oh my God! Crash from down under! On the outside, tossing Bray back into the ring, but Bray gets the chance to escape. Tags in Dallas, and now, once again, that chair is the bane of Osia's existence. Oh, but he manages to use it on his side and gets the tag to Aussie. Aussie with the arm lock. Saya able to block the cut play, but wasn't able to get the tap, was Osaya. Dallas did not tap out. Aussie into a float over moonsault. Break up very quick by Bray. He knows Dallas is in a lot of trouble here. The double team move attempt blocked. And now Osaya punishing Bray. Series of power bombs. Oh, but in return, Dallas hits Osaya's partner with one. Now he manages to tag finally to Bray. Aussie tags to Osaya. It's Osaya and Bray legal in the ring. Oh my God, Osaya back at it with the bombs. Goes for the cover. That's it. Aussie kept Dallas busy on the outside while Osaya delivered the finishing blow there. Bray took a lot of damage throughout this match from just a lot of different big moves. right. We are continuing with round 6. The final match in round 6 of the Winter Grand Prix for now. There will be 3 more round 6 matches this Saturday on High Gear 53. And then round 7 will begin on Make and Model 16 next Tuesday, with Ignition 76 next Thursday, ending the league rounds of the Grand Prix. We'll know at that point the semifinalists, and we will be having both the semifinals and finals on Shakedown. This year, the finals will be the main event of Shakedown. But right now we continue. This is the final match for Kazumi Nishi in the Winter Grand Prix 2026 edition. Last year she made it all the way to the finals, and it was Ha-eun Do in the semifinals that she beat to get there. So this is a bit of a grudge rematch for Ha-eun. If Ha-eun is able to beat Kazumi here, she actually has the potential to lock Kazumi out of making the semifinals. Kazumi is at 7 points, and there are plenty of women left who can get to 8, including Ha-eun herself. That would be a big victory for the Nightmare Princess if she could prevent stable rival, not just personal rival, Kazumi from making the semifinals. It would be a win not just for Ha-eun, but for the bangers as a whole, as Kimiko is already guaranteed to not be making the semifinals. It means that the only member of Shining getting into the semifinals is the current nearly undefeated women's world champion, Kimura Aiko. So I have to say nearly undefeated now because she recently, in fact in I believe her first round, round 2 of the Grand Prix, lost to Hikari Muramasa. Hikari has her 6th round match on High Gear against Aaliyah Pope. Should she be able to win that, that will put her tied with Daya at 8 points. Aiko also, in the same way, has her final round, or her 6th round match, which will be her 5th round overall, against Dashko. And of course, if Aiko wins as well, she will be at 8 points. Now, of course, if Hikari is unable to win either this match or her match in the 7th round, if Hikari loses either one, she will actually lose out on making the semifinals, as Daya Keaton will make them in her place via tiebreaker. Aiko, as long as she wins one of her remaining matches, is guaranteed a semifinal spot. Right now, we've got a back and forth between Ha-eun and Kazumi, which Kazumi wins. Kazumi still has the superior striking power, one of the best strikers here in SOW, nominated for Striker of the Year. But Ha-eun has that unpredictable offense. Makes her an almost, impossible wrestler to deal with unless you're just used to fighting the unexpected. Never know where Ha-eun is gonna go. It looks like right there she was aiming for that bridging hammerlock, blocked by Kazumi. Oh my, Jesus, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know where the hell she pulled that out of. Diving hip drop. Drags Kazumi away from the corner, picks her up. Kazumi with a series of short kicks. Ha-eun follows it up with a few punches into an elbow to the crown, dives off, hip drop into the cover, gets a 2, but that's it. Kazumi drags her down, headlock applied. One thing to note, it is now confirmed Ryan Richardson will have his return match here in Season 3 of SOW, facing off on Make and Model against Daichi Maita. Beautiful drop kick right to the chest from Kazumi. German suplex, but the rope break. However, she maintained the waist lock. Tried to continue the offense. Kazumi tried to set free, but Ha-eun caught her in a headlock. Kazumi with the knees to the gut. And then the moonsault double knee. Double knee drop to the leg. Was going for that northern leg lock, but Do did not allow it to complete. Knee to the chin, goes for the cover. 2, no. And another headlock applied by Ha-eun. Oh, huge back fist into a German. Gets the 2, but continues the waist lock. Goes for another German, but gets hit with a drop kick to the chest from Kazumi. Now Kazumi double knees to the leg. And then a dragon screw. Now they're going back and forth again, blow for blow once more. They're just wailing away at one another. Kazumi with a drop kick to the legs, but Do gets up and follows suit. Oh, the Polaris! She's not done, picks her back up. Polaris again! Has to pull her from the ropes. And Nishi, recognizing that took too long, decides that she's not going to just go for the cover to get a rope break or a kick out. She's going to pile on the offense even more. Now up to 5. Ha-eun gets back in the ring at 6. Nishi catches her, locks it up, hammer locked, DDT. We've seen that move several times as she goes up top. And a diving neck breaker to follow it up. Sends her to the ropes. But Ha-eun blocks, picks her up, drops her with a vertical brainbuster. Once again, Nishi with the counter. Ha-eun went for another headlock. This time Nishi was very ready for it. But it's Ha-eun who tosses Nishi out of the ring. And a second rope jump moonsault. We also saw that earlier in the night from Sombra. Kazumi throws her to the corner. But a reversal there. However, another reversal from Ha-eun, who gets reversed further into a drop kick to the face. Oh, wait a minute! Oh my God! Here we go, the headbutt into a spinning brainbuster! Ultra violence! 1, 2, that's it! All right, well that is a huge dampener for Kazumi. Now she's gonna be sitting here hoping that no one else makes 8 points.
Make me feel at least like a fire. It seems I can find a place to go. There's a world.
All right, and now it is our main event, the last match of the night. We've got the SOW Women's National Championship on the line. This is V1 for Nephthys, and her challenger is this woman right here, who calls herself Top Shelf Shit, Cameron Stone. She called out Nephthys, and Nephthys accepted the challenge, allowing Cameron to be the first woman to challenge for the SOW Women's National Championship in 2026. The High Priestess has had a very interesting attitude as of late. It's hard to really recount the specifics of what led to this, because it kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, you could say maybe her losing streak. You could say maybe the losses to Bia, or Bia's attitude and the lack of the locker rooms. I don't know, the lack of the locker room going after Bia for her attitude. It really was only Nephthys who seemed to care. But either way, regardless of what caused it or what led to it, this is the result right now. She has the women's national title strapped firmly around her waist. And she is here on Ignition 75, defending it for the first time. She won it at Victory Lane by defeating Lilith, who is currently a bracket leader for the Onyx League of the Winter Grand Prix alongside Kazumi Nishi. However, unlike Kazumi Nishi, Lilith still has a match left to go. 2 matches, I believe, in fact. Yeah, 2 matches left to go at 7 points, whereas Kazumi is now hard locked at 7 points with her loss here tonight. So if Lilith wins either of her remaining matches against Kasumi Nakashima and Bia Quinn, then Kazumi will be in a very desperate position, because there are still a lot of other women who can make 8 points. We've got Sombra, Ha-eun, we've got even Kasumi herself. All of them are still fully capable of 8 points in the Onyx League. Right now, however, Nephthys is taking it to her challenger, taking the proactive approach here in her title defense. Forcing Cameron to the back foot for a while. Cameron trying to take the momentum to her side, manages a reversal there, but oh my god, another quick roll up, but again, Nephthys gets out. And now Cameron does appear to be taking that momentum to her side. We hear the 5-minute call. Nephthys going for that Steiner counter by Cameron. Oh, wait a minute. Nephthys is stalking. Could she be going for it? Oh no, fake out. Cameron thought she was going to trick Nephthys and slip into the ring, but Nephthys knew well in advance and was actually just baiting Cameron back into the ring. Cameron into the ropes, drop toe hold. Cameron goes behind, but gets countered here into a dragon screw. And another one. But Nephthys doesn't follow up with the Eve Moreau, instead goes straight to the top for a double knee drop. She's not done, going back to the top with a, what was that, a shooting star double knee drop? She goes back after legs, back up top again. Cameron doesn't seem to have much response to this. It takes another shooting star knee drop. And then another dragon screw. Nephthys is kind of tearing Cameron apart in this one. Cameron's going to need to mount some serious return offense if she wants even an inkling of a chance at that title. She started it off nicely there with that Spanish fly, but Nephthys is right back on the offensive. Oh, hard kick to the head, followed by a drop kick to the face. Manhattan drop from Cameron. And another one. She's looking to mount her comeback here. But Nephthys cuts it off, sends her into the corner, and hits a drop kick to the chest in the corner. Comes off the second rope with a moonsault. Only a 2 count. She sends Cameron in the ropes, tries to go for a drop kick. Cameron dodges by, and now it's Nephthys being sent to the ropes, and Cameron gets an arm drag off, tilt-a-whirl style. Oh, wait a minute, the Gory Crusher! Nephthys has won quite a few matches with that move as of late. Gets the 2, but not the 3. Cameron able to kick out still. And now, locking Nephthys up in the corner. But Nephthys quick to grab the ropes. And Cameron should have pulled Nephthys away. She wanted that sharpshooter to do some real damage. Nephthys with the high kick. Goes for the cover, but not quite the 3. And Cameron, pile driver! Pile driver for the cover, 1, 2, no! But now she's got the ankle! Once again, the rope break. Not Cameron's ally in this match. She reaches a collision course. Stomping away at the legs. And now the figure 4 locked in. This time her back is to the ropes, and it looks like Nephthys isn't able to move anyways. Instead, she breaks the grip and breaks free that way. And the cave-in stop goes for the cover. 1, 2, no! Oh, that was so close. That was so close. Cameron has had a hell of a comeback here in this match, which Nephthys spent the early part dominating. Huge drop kick from Nephthys there. Looks like Nephthys is trying to mount the comeback herself. Series of Shote palm strikes into a front drop kick, and she set her up again. Gory Crusher! Rolls her over, goes for the cover. 1, 2, no! Cameron kicks out strong at 2. Sleeper hold applied. But Nephthys won't give up, and she won't go out. Cameron sends her to the corner. She's looking to set her up top. And she's got her with a moonsault follow-away slam, but not a 3 still. DDT, the signature finisher of her tag partner, Kat Roberts, but still no. And for the 3rd time in the middle of the ring, the Gory Crusher goes for the cover. 1, 2, no! Nephthys is not going to be able to put Cameron Stone away with the Gory Crusher here in this match. Another came in! She's trying to adjust her away from the ropes. Decides against the cover. Recognizes the ropes are just too close. And now Nephthys is punishing her. She says that was your opportunity. You needed to take it. Now it might be too late. Headbutt from Cameron. Cameron sends Nephthys to the ropes. Collision course. But she's still not capitalizing. She's tired. There's a body slam, picks Nephthys back up. Nephthys with a quick series of palm strikes. But Cameron responds with some punches. Now Nephthys sends Cameron to the ropes. Tame the Nile! And she goes for the cover. Is that it? Yes! Nephthys retains. Valiant effort from Cameron Stone. I think she just missed a couple of steps. If she had managed to make those proper, she would have had the victory here tonight. However, that is all we have for Ignition 75. I am your lead analyst, Devil D, and I am signing off. I'll see y'all next week for Ignition 76.